friends, welcome to Global Online. Friends, in this video we are going to discuss some important MCQs on international economics for your upcoming UGC NET or SET in economics 2022. And if you are preparing for UGC NET or any state level SET in economics, we have brought a crash course for you. In this crash course you will get complete theory lectures in economics, complete MCQ lectures in economics, entire syllabus mock tests are available. After attending the test you will get solution PDF of all the tests, then you will get notes on all the units, practice MCQs set is available. You can contact this number, and you can also download our global online app from Play Store. While downloading the app you can go through this logo, then after downloading you can register by using your mobile number, then you can search UGC NET economics. So then you can access our material. You will get notes on all the units, you will get MCQ lectures, theory lectures you will get, then mock tests are available on the app. So let us move to the questions here. Here the first question is, if the price elasticity of demand for a product is perfectly inelastic, the entire tax incidence will be on. So where buyers are not having any other option, they have to buy that good. In that case the tax incidence means the person who is going to actually pay the tax. So in this case entire tax incidence will be on the buyers. So here option A, buyers, is the right answer. So tax incidence, it is the manner in which tax burden is divided between buyers and sellers. The tax incidence depends on the relative price elasticity of supply and demand. And please remember this, when the supply is more elastic than demand, buyers bear the most of the tax burden, and when demand is more elastic than supply, producers bear most of the cost of the tax. So let us move to the next question. Countries that impose no tax or very low tax are called as: option A, tax exempting countries; option B, tax neutral countries; option C, tax evading countries; option D, tax haven. So where the countries are not going to put any tax, or where they are going to put very low tax, they are known as the tax havens. So option D, tax havens, is correct here. Tax havens means it is a country that going to offer foreign business or any foreign investment or any individuals from foreign country with no tax liability or at very low tax for their bank deposits in politically and economically stable environment. It is known as the tax havens. Question number 3. One of the most fundamental strategies of economic growth is simply to increase the proportion of national income saved. So one of the most fundamental strategies of economic growth is to increase the proportion of national income that is saved. So this idea is upheld in which of the following model? Option A, Harrod-Dommer model; option B, Rostow's stages of growth; option C, Solo's model; option D, Hicks model. So here the right answer is option A, Harrod-Dommer model. So if you go through the Harrod-Dommer model, it will suggest the rate of economic growth is dependent on two things. One is level of saving, another one is capital output ratio. And the level of saving means higher the saving enable higher the level of investment, and lower the capital output ratio means investment is more efficient and the growth rate will be higher. So the equation will be rate of economic growth is equal to level of savings divided by capital output ratio. Question number 4. The proposed BRICS bank is to be formed by. 4 options are given here. So let us move to the answer directly. So BRICS comprises of Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. So here option B is the right answer. B for Brazil, R for Russia, I for India, C for China and S for South Africa. So BRICS, it is an acronym for the powerful grouping of the world's leading countries Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. And this BRICS mechanisms aims to promote peace, security, development and cooperation among these nations. Yes, this you have to remember. The main aim of the BRICS is promoting peace, security, development and cooperation. Question number 5. Arrange the following in sequential order: WTO, FRBM Act, Para Learns. So here the right answer is option A. First one is Para, then comes LERMS, then WTO, then the last one will be FRBM Act. So here if you go through the WTO started in the year of 1995. Then the if you go through the FRBM Act, that is Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act. Yes, it is an act of the Parliament passed in the year of 2003. And if you go through the Para stands for Foreign Exchange Regulation Act. It was legislation passed in the year of 1973, and Para imposed strict regulations on certain kinds of payments, such as dealing in foreign exchange market, securities. Then LERMS stands for Liberalized Exchange Rate Management System. Yes, Liberalized Exchange Rate Management System. It was a new exchange rate management system. It was introduced in the year of 1992. Question number 6. Indian rupee is likely to depreciate against US dollar if first one, India's interest in US goods increases. Second one, the interest rate in US increases relative to India's interest rate. Third one, US interest in Indian goods increases. Fourth one, US investors find India an attractive investment destination. So here the right answer is option A. First and second are correct here. Indian rupee is likely to be depreciate if India's interest in US goods increases, means we are importing more and more goods from US, then our country value will depreciate. Then the interest rate in US increases relatively to India's interest rate, then also Indian rupee is going to depreciate. And as we all know, depreciation means it is a fall in the value of the currency in terms of the other currencies. And currency depreciation can occur due to many factors such as interest rate depreciation, political instability, risk aversion, etc. The next question is assertion. The government is resorting to disinvestment of some of the public sector units. Reason is public sector units have not generated enough employment opportunities. So here the right answer will be option A. Both assertion and the reason are true here, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Yes, the government is resorting to disinvestment of some public sector units. Yes, this is also correct. Public sector units have not generated enough employment opportunity. This is also correct, but there is no any relationship between assertion and reasoning. Question number 8. Again the assertion is the Reserve Bank of India follows the policy of controlled expansion of money supply. Reason is India aims at rapid economic growth with macroeconomic stability. So here option A is correct. Both assertion and reason are correct. Reason is the right explanation of the assertion. Question number 9. Which article of the Constitution of India provides for contingency fund? Option A Article 267, option B Article 268, option C Article 280, option D Article 299. So here option A Article 267, it provides contingency fund. So Article 267 of the Indian Constitution mandates formation of corpus under the contingency fund of India, and it is going to deal with the emergency situation, and it is an imprest placed at the disposal of the President of India, and the government cannot withdraw the funds from it without authorization of the Parliament. Question number 10. Tax structure is progressive if option A the average tax rate increases as the level of taxable income increases, Option B, the average tax rate decreases as the level of taxable income increases. Option C, the average tax rate remains constant as the level of taxable income increases. Option D, none of the above. So here tax structure is progressive if the average tax rate increases as the level of taxable income is going to increase. So option A is correct here. And as you all know, progressive tax means a greater percentage of taxation on higher income levels, operating on the theory that higher income people should pay high tax. Question number 11. As per the principle of comparative advantage, a country shall benefit in foreign trade if, yes, as according to the comparative advantage theory, country can get benefit in foreign trade if option A, it has better technology, option B, it has better management and techniques, option C, it specializes in goods which could be produced at comparatively lower cost, option D, it dumps goods in other countries. So here option C is correct according to comparative advantage theory. If country is going to specialize in goods which could be produced at comparatively lower cost, then the country can be benefited from foreign trade. Question the theory of comparative advantage explains why country can trade. Here it shows that the gains from international trade result from pursuing comparative advantage and producing the goods at lower cost. Question number 12. When the flexible exchange rate prevails, the exchange rate of a currency is determined by option A, central bank of a country, option B, price of gold, option C, the purchasing power of currencies, option D, the demand and supply forces in the foreign exchange market. So the flexible exchange rate prevails. The exchange rate of currency is determined by market forces, such one is demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange. So option D is correct. So fixed exchange rate refers to a rate which is fixed by the government, and flexible exchange rate, it is the rate which is going to vary according to the demand for foreign exchange and supply of foreign exchange. Question number 13. Duty drawback scheme. Yes, duty drawback scheme in the context of foreign trade policy of India was aimed at option A, raising the tax revenue, option B, simplifying the tax administration, option C, reaching out to more countries for exports, option D, enhancing the competitiveness of export goods. So here duty drawback scheme, it is for enhancing the competitiveness of export goods. So option D is correct. So the duty drawback scheme, it is going to provide exporters with a refund of customs duty paid on unused imported goods that will be treated, processed or incorporated into other goods for exports. So it is very helpful for the exporters. Question number 14. The principal function of foreign exchange market is option A, the transfer of purchasing power from one nation and currency to another, option B, the transfer of selling power from one nation and currency to another, option C, transfer of foreign currency loans from one country to another, option D, transfer of trade payments from one country to another. So here the principle of foreign exchange market is the transfer of purchasing power from one nation to another. Question number 15. India's first export processing zone was set up at dash in. So here option A, Noida in 1975, option B in Kandla in 1965, option C, Kandla 1975. So here India's first export processing zone, it was set up in the year 1965 in Kandla. So option B is correct here. So India was one of the first in Asia to recognize the effectiveness of export processing zone, that is EPZ, and it was established in the year of 1965 in Kandla. Question number 16. The analysis of Heckscher and Wheeling theory is based on, yes, 4 options are given here. Let us move to the answer directly. So the analysis of Heckscher-Wheeling theory was based on comparative advantage on the difference in factor endowments among different nations. Option B is correct. So Heckscher-Ohlin theory in economics, it is a theory of comparative advantage in international trade, according to which countries which are capital is relatively plentiful and labor is relatively scarce will tend to export capital intensive products and import labor intensive products. So if country is rich in capital, so it can export capital intensive goods, and if the country is scarce in labor sources, so country can import labor intensive products, and also vice versa. And this theory was developed by Swedish economist Bertil Ohlin and Eli Heckscher. Question number 17. Here the international institution was set up in 1956. Second one, it is part of World Bank group institutions. Third one, it gives loans and guarantees to member countries. This institution is referred as option A, International Monetary Fund. Option B, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Option C, International Finance Corporation. Option D, International Development Association. So here the right answer is, it is IFC, International Finance Corporation. So this IFC, it is an international financial institution. It is going to offer investment, advisory and asset management services to encourage private sector development in less developed countries. And the IFC is the member of World Bank Group Association, and also its headquarters is located in Washington DC. Question number 18. In order to determine the external value of rupee, India shifted from fixed per value of rupee to a basket of currencies comprising dash in 1975. So here the right answer is option A, pound sterling, American dollar, Japanese yen and German's mark. Question number 19. The government introduced repo rate and reverse repo rates in the years. Four options are given here. The right answer is option C. The government of India introduced repo rate in 1992 and reverse repo rate in 1996. As you all know, repo and reverse repo, the interest rate that the RBI charges when commercial banks are going to borrow money from the RBI, it is called repo rate. And reverse repo rate, when interest rate that the RBI pays to commercial banks when RBI is going to take loan from the commercial bank, it is known as the reverse repo. Question number 20. RBI constituted a committee on Puller Capital Account Convertibility in 2006, namely option A, R. Gandhi Committee, option B, Second Tarapur Committee, option C, M. Narasimhan Committee, option D, First Tarapur Committee. So RBI constituted a committee on Puller Capital Convertibility in 2006. It is known as the Second Tarapur Committee. Question number 21. Deficit on the balance of payments accounts can be corrected through demonetization, nationalization of industries, exchange control, import quotas. Four options are given here. The right one is option B. Third and fourth are correct. So deficit on the balance of payments accounts can be corrected through exchange control and import quotas. So balance of payment means it is a statement which is showing the record of all monetary transactions made between resident of a country and with the foreign countries. And when all the elements are correctly included in the BOP, it should be zero in perfect scenario. It means inflow receipts are equal to the payments. When country's export is more than its imports, it is said to be surplus. When country's exports are less than imports, it is known as the deficit balance of payment. Question number 22. Council for Mutual Economic Assistance, CMEA, it is an organization of dash countries. Option A, developing. Option B, Soviet Union and its allies. Option C, African. Option D, South American. So CMEA, Council for Mutual Economic Assistance, it is an organization of South Union and its allies. So the Council for Mutual Economic Assistance was an economic organization from 1949 to 1991 under the leadership of Soviet Union. Question number 23. If the purchasing power parity prevails absolutely in two country world, the real exchange rate between two countries should be option A 1, option B constantly rising, option C relatively stable but not constant, option D relatively unstable. If the purchasing power parity prevails absolutely in two country world, the real exchange rate between two countries should be 1. Question number 24. Which of the following international financial institution provides soft loan window for which developing countries can borrow in hard currencies? Option A International Development Agency, option B International Monetary Fund, option C International Finance Corporation, option D International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. So the right answer is IDA, that is International Development Agency. So the International Development Association or Agency IDA, it is an international financial institution. It is going to offer loans and grants to the world's poorest developing countries. And IDA is also the member of World Bank Group. Its headquarters is in Washington DC. Question number 25. Devaluation can lead to option A stimulation of nations' exports and discouragement in its imports. Option B stimulation of nations' imports and discouragement of its exports. Option C discouragement of both the imports and exports. Option D stimulation of both the imports and exports. So devaluation, it can lead to stimulation of nations' exports and discouragement of imports. So when devaluation is going to take place, nations' exports are increasing and imports are decreasing. So devaluation means it is an official lowering of the value of the currency with other currencies. Okay friends, this is about today's session, and if you want to join our UGC NET or SET in economics for the 2022, here you will get complete theory lectures, complete MCQs lectures, entire syllabus mock tests are available with solution PDF. You can get notes on all the unit. Practice MCQ set is available. You can to join, you can comment in this video section, comment section, or you can contact us in WhatsApp, or you can also download our global online app from Play Store. Yes, I wish all